Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Cold Blood Creation. It is baby season and we've got eggs hatching out almost every day. We're going to show you in this video some of our favorite colubrid snakes that we've hatched out this season, the bull snakes. So you guys check this video out. Thanks for watching and thank you for 800 subscribers. So we're going to show you some different bull snakes. Now before we start this video, I want to explain you a little bit about some of the terminology that you're going to hear. Now we're going to be talking about different morphs, and what do we mean by that is basically a morph is the way an animal physically appears and the genetics that make the animal to appear that way. So first of all, we're going to start with a basic bull snake. Now we breed a form called a yellow bull snake. Now, I personally like the yellow bulls. They are one of my favorite naturally occurring color and pattern morphs. One of the things I like about the bull snakes, the yellow bulls, is that they kind of remind me of one of my other favorite snakes, the Burmese python. You can see the saddles, the browns and the yellows, and all kind of combined together on a normal bull snake, and it very much resembles the Burmese python. Now these snakes are very hardy, very healthy. They do really well in captivity, you know, part of that I think is because of their sheer size. Bull snakes, because they're so big, they can start off eating pinky rats right out of the egg. So after they get their first shed, we start off feeding them these pinky rats, and they do really well. So normal bull snakes like this one right here, once again, you know, we'll always keep the normal looking bulls because I think they're among the prettiest and naturally occurring morph of any bull snake. But you know, a lot of people like the designer morphs, so we're going to go into that. The next morph we're going to take a look at is called Hypo Melanism. Now a hypo, which is short for Hypo Melanism, a hypo bull snake is a bull snake that has a reduction of black pigment. It's not an albino because the black pigment has not been completely removed. It is just a reduction of it. It takes a little bit of the black pigment out of the patterning, kind of cleans it up a little bit, doesn't give you quite the same muddiness to a pattern because it does remove a lot of the darker pigment or the melon. And as you can see here, the patterns are soft. They do still have some of the browns and some of the blacks, just not as much as you saw previously on your normal bull snake. Now, hypo is a trait that does a tremendous job of coloring up so many other bull snakes, like the hypo albinos, the hypo whitesides. We'll show you that in a moment. So there are several different hypos in bull snakes, as you can tell here. Both of these animals here are hypos. However, they don't quite look exactly the same. There's several different types of hypo in the bull snakes. Now, one of the other morphs of bull snakes is called a whiteside. Now, basically, whiteside is kind of exactly what it sounds like. We take a normal bull snake and we remove the color and the patterns down the side of the snake. Now this will kind of resemble the old white wall tires. Some of you guys that are my age and a little older will remember when automobiles used to come with a tire that was a white wall tire. That's what the whiteside bull snake reminds me of. It reminds me of the old white wall tires on automobiles of yesteryear. This is a simple recessive trait that can be bred either by having two hets or having two whitesides, just like the hypo. Now, if we want to take this another step or another level, so to speak, we can combine those two traits that you just saw, the Hypo Melanism and the whiteside. We can combine those traits together in the same animal. When we do that, the result is what we call a hypo whiteside bull snake. Now, as you can see here, the hypo whiteside is a very lightly patterned snake. The pattern is still showing right down the center of the animal's back. However, the sides are completely white, giving this the white side appearance with the reduction of pattern down the back that is influenced by the Hypo Melanism. Now, one of the trade names for the Hypo white side bull snake is called the Ivory bull snake. So if you have an animal that is hypo and white side, we call that an Ivory bull or a hypo white side bull. Now, taking everything another step, there is another recessive trait that occurs in bull snakes, and it is called amelanistic or amelanism, and it creates an amelanistic or a no melon albino bull snake. Now, amelanistic simply means no melon. That is a true albino. You'll notice that the eyes here are very pink, and the pupils are usually dark red. It's kind of hard to notice, but there is a complete lack of any black pigment in the albino bull snakes. These guys are absolutely amazing, beautiful, striking animals, and just one of the amazing bull snakes that we breed here. Once again, it is a simple recessive trait. It takes 2 copies, one in the male, one in the female, in order to produce this, just like the hypo, just like the white side. It takes a albino male and an albino female, or a albino male or female with a het for albino partner to create the albinos. Now, if we want to take the albinos a step further, we can introduce hypomelanism into the albinos, and that is what is called a hybino or a hypo albino bull snake. Now, here is an example of an animal that is exhibiting both albino and hypo. We will say this though, in bull snakes, it is almost impossible to tell if an animal is just a normal albino or a hybino to someone, unless you've been looking at these animals for quite a bit. Now, the reason that we're able to tell which one of our bull snakes are albinos and which one of them are hybinos is because we know the genetic records and the genetics of the animals that we have bred in order to produce that. So, you know, it's kind of hard to tell them apart. The albinos and the hybinos look very similar. We never advertise an animal as a hybino unless we know for a fact that the parents had a hypo bloodline, because visually they are rather difficult to tell them apart. Now, taking that even one step further, we can go from the hybino to include the white side trait into that, and that is called a hybino white side. Now, this is getting to where we've got a lot of simple recessive traits all combined together. A hybino white side is a combination of hypo, which is a reduction of the black pigment, amelanistic albino, which is a complete removal of the black pigment, and white side, which is the removal of all pattern down the sides of the snake, and the result is this hybino white side that you see here. Another incredible, magnificent animal, very, very beautiful, and these guys, we have a limited number of these available this year for sale. So if you're interested in one of these, might want to act quick. These guys usually sell out very, very fast. Hey girl, what you still doing working this late?
Well, I still got another rack to clean, so if you don't mind, if we could both knock this out, we can get it done really quickly.
Sure, I'll give you a hand.
Okay.
You know, we have been working late almost every day this entire week.
Yeah, you know, Dad, I've been kind of thinking about the same thing, and, you know, don't you think it's, like, kind of time that we start, you know, maybe hiring somebody?
I have been thinking that it may be time we need to get us a couple extra employees. You know, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go, and when we get through with this rack, I'm going to put an ad in the paper, see if we can get some resumes for someone to come in here and give us a hand for a few months.
Okay, yeah, that would be great.
So, sir, I'm looking over your job application here, and by the way, you're the first person that's ever sent me an application filled out in color crayon. But it says here you're a genius, that you're able to make magic dragon tea You have knives that carve concrete, and you remember the Knife Makers Guild says you've got an ugly mama. Not really sure what that's got to do with anything. Says you can jump through glass windows, and your customers are always overbilled, never overpriced. I don't see what any of this has to do with a job at a reptile breeding facility. Do you have any qualifications that would make me think that you're the man for the job other than what you filled out here?
The question is there any reason why you wouldn't want to hire all this? You just give me one day on the job and I'll make a smart man out of you. It'd be a decision you'll never regret, I guarantee.
You know, Phil-Billy, I'm going to be honest with you. This is probably the stupidest decision that I have ever made in the history of Cold Blood Creations. But I'm going to give you a shot. I'm going to give you a job, and I'm going to find out what you're made of.
You're on daggum, where would I start?
Well, you're going to start today. Hey, Anna, I got to run into town. I got to go get some supplies. But I got some good news. I did hire you some help for.
Good, who?
Well, let's just say you make sure he don't blow nothing up, burn the place down, jump through any windows.
Dad, you didn't.
Look, it was the best I could do on such short notice.
Dad, I don't want to babysit Phil-Billy. Can you please hire somebody else?
Look, you're not going to babysit him. All I want you to do is get Phil-Billy to help you clean cages.
Dad, do you remember what happened last time he cleaned cages around here?
Take the snake out. You're gonna take the snake. While you clean the cage, you gotta put him somewhere. And if you got a shirt pocket, there ain't no better place to put the snake than right there in your shirt pocket. Now, we're down to business. Next thing you want to do is take out the dirty water bowl. You take out the dirty water bowl because, well, that's part of cleaning the cages. Since we ain't got nowhere to pour it, well...
No, Phil-Billy, that's disgusting.
Maybe it wasn't that dirty, but...
You got a point there.
Alright, Phil-Billy, so the first thing I'm going to get you to do is clean these baby bull snakes. You got all your cleaning supplies. I'll be over there cleaning the dragons. Just, oh, do not drink out of water bowl again, okay?
Whatever floats your boat, dear princess. Hey! Calm it down there, buddy. Oh!
Okay, Phil-Billy, you got the paper towels. What are you doing?
I'm cleaning these cages. You said bull snakes. You didn't say these was evil beasts.
Phil-Billy, they're baby snakes. They're not even like 10 inches long.
They might not be 10 inches long, but they're little spawns of Satan. They bite more than Mike Tyson, for crying out loud.
Okay, well, maybe this just isn't for you. We might have to find something else for you to do.
Find me something that don't involve teeth.
Okay.
So guys, when it comes to bull snakes, they're not all evil beasts with teeth like Phil-Billy would have you to believe. In fact, bull snakes can calm right down and make wonderful pets. Now, when they are young, they are a little bit nippy. Once they recognize you, once they understand that you're not a predator, that you're not going to eat them, then they will actually calm down and allow themselves to be handled, usually. Now, when it comes to bull snakes as pets, they are a rather large species, so we do recommend a bigger cage than what you would use for most of your other common colubrids like king snakes, milk snakes, and hognose. Because bull snakes are pretty large, we recommend a cage of at least 36 inches wide by about 18 inches deep. As far as the height, it doesn't really matter. Bull snakes are not known to be big climbers, but we do like to give them plenty of floor space. Now, speaking of environments, when we keep bull snakes, one of the things that a common mistake that a lot of keepers make is that they like to keep their bull snakes really warm. These are not ball pythons or boa constrictors. In fact, if you keep them that warm, you're going to find out that bull snakes do very, very poorly. Room temperature of about 70, 72 degrees is perfectly fine for bull snakes if you have a small basking spot where they can warm up. However, the basking spot doesn't even need to be over about 85 degrees. Bull snakes like calmer, cooler temperatures, much the same way I do. So you guys give them plenty of floor space, give them some cool temperatures, don't overheat them, and bull snakes make great and wonderful pets. So guys, one final thing I want to tell you about bull snakes, and it is this. Usually people who keep reptiles like to have a cage cleaning day. And that's one day out of the week that they go in, they clean their snakes. That will not work with bull snakes. The reason why, these guys have an amazing metabolism. If you feed a bull snake today, they will be using the bathroom in their cage tomorrow. These guys metabolize food very, very quickly. So we do recommend that you clean their cages as needed. Usually our bull snakes here are cleaned a minimum of 3 times a week. Because their metabolism is so fast, if you only clean them once a week, you're going to have a very stinky enclosure for your bull snake to live in. So guys, keep them healthy, keep them clean. Hey guys, thank you for checking this video out. We appreciate you guys joining us here on YouTube. And be sure to check us out in a couple more weeks. We're going to do another video highlighting another one of our favorite colubrids, the king snakes.
And also make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and we will see you guys in our next video. Bye!
We wanted, yeah.